very, very cool. Like they're really, really cool. I like that you were able to use the references effectively. These are really, really cool. And this character is also very, very cool. I like the tattoos on her head. You know, yeah. Let me see if there is something I can add to this to improve it. Yo, I really like this one a lot. Like I like this one a lot. This one is so cool. Um, Let me see, what can we do to improve this? So I think if I was going to improve anything, I mean, if this was for animation, I'll probably keep it simpler. I know you're in the comic industry, so comic guys like details and realism and all of that stuff. But if this was animation, we'll probably keep it simpler. So what I mean is like the nose, like finding ways to draw this nose in a simpler way, something like this. I'm just keeping it simple like that. Then also, um, for black people, they tend to have protruding lips. Like the lips tends to protrude out of the face. So what I mean is, it it kind of comes out like that, and then you have the lips. So I think to improve this, I probably would push that now lips out more. Then find ways to simplify the form. Okay, she has like a round chin, so let's keep the round chin that you've created.
My name is Akene. I work as an environment concept artist for an animation studio based in Cape Town, South Africa. This was a really lovely class. I always like this kind of class is very much like application for me because I take a lot of like fundamentals classes and then um, this was just like now like draw the bodies and draw the costumes, draw the characters. And certainly for me, I felt my skill grow throughout the class, learning things like sunesis and also the subconscious versus conscious drawing. I'm very like um rule orientated, I'd say. Like, if I'm singing a song, I need to sing it exactly like it sounds. So I'm using a reference, it must look exactly like the reference. I need to like move away from that. Is a practice that I've been going through, and this class especially was like really lovely to see. Okay, that's how I do it. Like, just I definitely need to switch off my brain. And certainly as well, I really appreciated like the expressions lecture because that's something that I'm always like, oh, how do I get my character to look the same with different angles? And then just for it to come out and to see, like, yeah, you can do it. It's just a very like great confidence boost. So yeah, overall, I really appreciated that.
This course is now available for purchase on Gumroad. I probably will not make the chain so long. I mean, but it also works too, depending on the style. Then for people that are very angry, I think it depends on how their face is, how the green is it green? No, how the squint is. But you can kind of feel like there's usually this thing that comes out from here. So, and just keeping it simple, then there has to be depth. So the face, I'm gonna dial this thing back, transparency, so that you can see what I'm doing. So you need to draw the eyes like it's following the curvature of the face. So this one is going to sit inside of the skull like that. And then you have the frown. I'm gonna flip canvas so you see the drawing is looking really nice. The drawing is the draw over I'm doing is looking really nice because your drawing is actually nice. Like because your drawing is really good. If your drawing was not good, my draw over probably not look this good. But like you would have probably given me more. I'd have to put in more efforts to make the drawing look good. But now I'm not even putting any efforts and it looks good already. Um, she's also squinting on the other side as well. Yeah, then the ear. So the placement of the ear, we have to be careful with it because the way it is, if I draw the curvature around the face, that ear is really high up. So I think the ear needs to come down. I think it needs to come down. And the earring is here. The earring has depth according to what you've drawn. Yeah, I'm just trying to draw the details of the ear. And then the head. So the head also is, her head is really long. I don't know how you were trying to stylize this thing, or if you're trying to stylize it at all. But for me, I would have probably made this head smaller, like the cranium. I probably make the cranium smaller. It makes her look more refined and more, I don't know, more appealing. Makes her look way more appealing when the skull, like when the cranium is shorter. And then we have the same ring on her forehead. And it has depth. Then she has a little hair on top. This character is really cool. She's very, very cool. And then you can put all the tattoo details here and all of that. You can put all those details. I'm going to flip it again to look at it, okay? It's still looking good from this angle. She has something here, like a tattoo on her face. The same tattoo on the other side. Yeah, this character is really, really cool. But you see how, because we just simplified things, the nose, the wrinkles, and then making the face more, like pushing the lips out more. She looks really, really, like she looks like a triple A. She looks like a triple A game character or an animated feature animation character protagonist. This lips, I think I probably will push it backwards a little bit more. All right, so let's look at the other ones. So now that we know that this is the face that we're looking for, that we're looking at, I forgot to draw the neck. Now that we know that this is the face we're looking at, let's see if we can replicate that on these other ones. So this one, I'm looking for an expression that is more interesting. Yes, this one. So we're gonna do this one, and then we'll be all done. So let's look at this one, and let's try to see if we can replicate what we've done on this side to this one to make it more interesting. So she's in shock, right? So in shock, you want stretch, like you want the forms of the character to stretch, the face. So all these things, like, let me reduce this one back a little bit more. So all these eyeballs, all these things are going to be stretched. And remember, we're using this one on the left as reference. So her eyes gonna bulge out like that. And remember, things don't have to be like perfectly symmetrical. You know, you can play with things a little bit. So the thing is, being scared and being shocked are almost the same thing. The only thing is the eyes is really where the difference is. But from what I'm seeing on this side, it looks like this reference looks like someone that is shocked. It looks like it's closer to fear than surprise. I feel like it's closer to fear than surprise. So let's say we want to do fear. So if we want to do fear, the lower eyelid will tend to close. Will tend to close up a bit. Don't worry, we'll get back to this. It's not perfect yet, but we'll get back to this. So then the eyebrows will be in shock like that. In fear. Hi guys. So in the fall of 2025, I got to host an 8-week masterclass titled Ethnic Character Design for Animation, which had a decent number of signups. I got to share a ton of rich information, secrets, industry insights that I used to craft an award-winning character like Noni, Eyes of Wakanda. The sessions were archived and compiled into a digestible course. This course is now available for purchase on Gumroad. So if you are an intermediate level artist seeking to diversify your portfolio to include culturally grounded characters in animation, then this is for you. Again, I forgot to say this that I probably shouldn't have used this view, because this view is front view. You want to try to avoid front view at all costs. Front view is not good for character expressions. It's not good at all. You know, I should have used one of these ones, but yeah, I already started. So, but try to avoid, using front view for expression. So fear is going to be like, we want to put some dread on that face. It means that the lower lip is going to sag upwards, and then the nose. I really like the nose on this one. This nose is really, really cool. Let's see if we can draw that nose. So we're going to give more tea bag here. So when a person is scared, they tend to want to cover their eyes. They're in shock, but then at the same time, they want to close their eyes. That's why the lower lid tends to go up like that. She has a rounded jaw. And then we have the stuff on her forehead. Then she has this small patch of hair there, and then the tattoos. And the ears, the The earring is I'm looking at it from the front view, so it's going to be almost flat. Something like this. Something like that. Yeah, so I think I've tried to capture this, the shock in her face. So it's it's more like fear, a fear kind of shock. And you see that what I'm trying to do is, both sides of the face are not giving the same, like they're not symmetrical, like the drawing is not symmetrical. Because symmetry can be it can take away the joy from, or it can take away the life, can suck out the life of a drawing. So, and then we have maybe sag. Gonna be some sag here. Lips. Lips is down here. Then a teeth. So we're going to go down to, we're going to see more of the lower teeth because her mouth is sagging downwards like so. We're going to see more, the opening has moved downwards. So we're going to see more of the teeth, the lower teeth. We might not even see any upper teeth at all. But please, when doing your own corrections, or when doing your own studies, please don't draw from the front view again. Like I didn't know, like I forgot that I was that I'd chosen the front view. Front views are not they're not they're not interesting to draw. So they're not interesting for portfolios and for drawing generally. So try to avoid using front view. Yeah, so this is it. And then the tattoos. So I forgot that. The face tattoo. She has a face tattoo here. This is the edge of her face. Don't forget this is the edge. Because she's kind of she kind of has like high cheekbones, so this is the edge of her face. Oh, you have to be careful also um, when when adding wrinkles to the face, because if you add so much wrinkles, she starts to look old. So if I add wrinkles here, she starts to look old. So you can suggest it, but like what I just did here, just suggested, and I want this side to be higher, like that. You see, this is not symmetrical because this side is going up. This side of the mouth is going up. It's going to push here up, and then it's going to push more of the tea bag here, unlike the other side. So this is fear. This is fear. Please do these studies on your own and try not to draw from do symmetrical drawings from the front view. The front view is not, it's not the best for portfolios and for drawing, for studies generally, for character design generally. So that's it for your review. If you need the PSD file, please let me know, and I will share it on Discord. Thank you very much.